Hello there. It is Monday. You know what that means. Welcome on in. My name is Kira Kennedy, and we are live with Pokemon Violet, Shiny Hunting, and hopefully ranked battles. Hopefully my internet decides it wants to play nice today. At least, I don't even think it's an internet problem. I think it's my Switch that's the problem. Like, I might need to upgrade my Switch at some point, but for now, we're just gonna stick with what we've got here. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hatch some. Wrong button. I'm gonna go ahead and hatch some eggs while I'm, just for a bit, just to kind of get myself mentally prepared for heading up on the ladder, because last month was kind of a nightmare in terms of ladder sessions. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do better this time. I think I have my team, I think I have one of my teams up on, yeah, I have Daenerys, Slappy, Rose, Asuka, Zatanna, and Leopleurodon ready to go. It's a Leopleurodon, Charlie, a magical Leopleurodon. He's going to show us the way. Oh, that actually makes me feel a little bit better today. Anyways, gonna try that team out on the ladder for the first time. All I know is I'm gonna be starting from a much lower tier, since I couldn't even make it out of Ultra Ball tier. I couldn't even make it to Ultra Ball tier last month. Oh, fuck me. Oh, I fucking hate my Switch sometimes. It can't seem to stay connected, and I don't know why. Like, I don't even want to try going on the ladder now if my Switch isn't going to fucking connect. Like, I can't stay online for more than 2 minutes, which I just... Again, the only thing I'm thinking is it's got to be the Switch at this point. Because nothing else gives me this level of trouble, which annoys me. And it looks like, at the very least, it's all starters. There might be a Fiona. I don't know for certain. It's either my Switch, or it's the servers for this game. Which, I mean, I know we know that Nintendo Online servers basically run on Windows 95, but... Again, I don't even want to use the ladder if it's just gonna keep doing that to me. Heading for there was a den over here that I wanted to take care of. Alright, so we got one more egg, it's Fiona. I'm gonna finish hatching these eggs. I'm gonna drop a quick save. And then I'm gonna power cycle my Switch, see if that helps. Problem is, to do that I have to, you know, around side here. Alright, we got a Goodra outbreak. Means I could probably get away with... I don't think it has any electric or grass type moves, so I could probably get away with using a water type, that, like my Azumarill. And I say Azumarill because honestly, Goodra has terrible physical defense. So I'm better off just using a Azumarill over, literally anything else. Or I could probably use my Ursaluna. That would probably also go down super easy. Problem is, I'm pretty sure Goodra will have Muddy Water. Alright, I'm gonna try power cycling my Switch. Going to put on some tunes real quick. And I'm going to switch over to a BRB screen anymore. I'm gonna switch over to, I guess, IRL for a bit. So I'm gonna drop a quick save. Don't mind me, I'm just running around and power cycle my Switch. That'll help with the problem. So this was a trick I learned at Worlds. Out, I power cycle the Switch. It should fix any problems. Otherwise, like oh no. Switch back over. See if power cycling helped. There. Back. I also didn't turn on any music. Oh, shit. Scarlet and Violet. Alright, so... Essential cookies. Start. A wireless router. Metal object electronic devices. That's not the problem. Error in the communication. Restart, power cycle, everything. We'll see if just doing a hard reset helped the problem. But like, this is why I never jump right into going on the ladder, because like I've had so many goddamn connection issues basically since Worlds. And like, I'm afraid of going online, and actually even before Worlds, I think it was like I was trying to do the Kitakami prologue, and I kept getting disconnected, and it just... Alright, let's connect to the network. See if I can last more than 2 minutes. Alright, let's... the Zoomeril out here. Zoomeril, Polyrath, Ursaluna. 14. 439. Or 416 plus a belly drum plus a... Now let's go with a... Need an item on my Azumarill first. Which is fine, and like I said, in the time it takes for this to load up, hopefully this will give me a chance to at least see if it'll last more than 2 minutes. I have a shell bell. There we go. The shell bell. That to Azumarill so they can heal themselves up. And let's go. Pokemon. Azumarill. We got the huge power boost, so that should give me a nice, decent, beefy attack stat to deal with this Udra. Yeah, I know when I was taking part in not Worlds, the Toronto Regionals, I was having an issue where I could not host a battle. I had to have someone else host it. Which is, again, making me think the Switch is the problem, maybe, and not my belly drum. Oh, it has Power Whip. That's not good. Ugh. Good thing Power Whip's low accuracy. Right as I say it. But that does like a third of its health, plus the defense drop. I get a speed drop, but I still get the HP back, which is good. So I'm +6. I've got the naturally doubled attack. I got the rain boost. This thing's going down this turn unless it roars. I think even with the shield up, like, actually with the shield up, this will probably cut the attack in like half at least, but it'll still do some good damage, especially with that. Yeah, that was about half of the shield. And that was with the -1 in defense. So now it doesn't have the -1 in defense, so this is going to do a little bit less, but it'll still do a decent amount. Yeah. So that -1 was making a huge difference. I could probably take this thing out before I even need to worry about terastallizing. If I get a crit, I think I got it, but... Oh, well, yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, it has Sludge Bomb. I hadn't thought of that. Again, the good news is the Shell Bell really does offset that damage. Okay, so far it's been a decent amount of time without my Switch disconnecting. I think power cycling definitely helped. That's the Gudrigon. Alright. Leave. Let's... I'll hatch another batch of eggs just to see if how the internet holds up. I think we'll try our hands on the ladder. Try our hand at the ladder. Hands on the... I don't, after yesterday, only cutting out after 45 minutes, I want to try to at least go a little bit longer tonight. Have our eggs. I don't want to fight that Gimme Ghoul. I don't want to, pick up any more Gimme Ghoul. I don't really think them. So I'm gonna go to Kitakami for a bit. I got this ice den here. Ugh. But what's the next card set coming out? And I think that's something I want to get my hands on a copy of. I hit the wrong button. Okay, let's head off to that ice den right there. I didn't even need a marker on the map. Oh, it's a Swadloon. Shiny? I don't think so. Okay. Definitely not. Okay, we got an Ice Terra Levani. Means fire's honestly gonna be our best bet here. I have Daenerys. She's not quite leveled up. I'd have to max out her level. Or I could use my Armor Rouge, or I could use my Roulette Cutman. I am just gonna use Cutman. Cutman has a little bit more defensive profile, I think, against the Levani. I don't even remember what... I think I trained Cutman specifically for one of the 7-star events. I just can't remember which one it would have been. Probably the Decidueye, to be honest. Probably the Hisuian Decidueye, I should say. Because I have my, my Belly Bolt that I used for the Alolan Decidueye. Man, I can't believe we're already 10 days away from the Teal Mat. They actually held off on the leaks for a surprising amount of time. Like, I only just got word about leaks. I only saw a story about leaks like today while I was searching through my Google News. I haven't looked at it because I wanted to try to avoid leaks as much as possible. Like, the only news I've gotten about the show, about the DLC, was the video Joe Merrick was the stuff Joe Merrick from Cerebi posted up. And I didn't even watch the video itself. I just saw, I think, JT's post in the spoiler section on the Discord. Which, by the way, if y'all have not yet, definitely go check that out. Oh, no. Still doesn't want to work. Okay, well. More sword stance should do the trick. For some reason, my stream deck still does not like posting stuff to YouTube chat. That does not a lot. I guess this must be a pretty bulky Levani. Excuse me. All I know is I definitely don't want to use any, I don't really want to bring in, Armor Rouge, just because I know the bug-type moves aren't going to be so fun to deal with. Okay. What I will say is, if I can go to 830 without any disconnects, I think I'm going to try my hand at the ladder. I just, like I said, November was a real rough time for me, especially trying to work on, trying to do anything on the ladder. I felt like I couldn't really get anything done. That's something that... not quite pleasant to deal with there, but I think I can get past it. Air of Fire, Bitter Blade, +6, should take this Levani down. Should. It might not. In hindsight, I probably could have also used my, my Iron Hands to finish it off, but it's fine. Oh, I should probably also explain what I did with my Switch to hopefully fix the connection. One of the suggestions they give on the website is to just power cycle your Switch, which is to basically hold the power button down until the Switch turns off completely. Hold it for a couple extra seconds, and then push the button again to turn it on. So there's just a possibility that I'm leaving my Switch on too much, and that's what's causing the connection issues, but... the problem with that has always been, like, my Switch is just in an awkward position. Ooh, I got an ability patch. Nice. My Switch has always been in an awkward position to try to reach for the power button, so I generally tend to leave it on, which is not great, but... honestly, if there was, like, a way to remotely turn off the Switch, I think that would be great. Like, if I hold the power button here, I can put my Switch, or the home button on the controller, I can put my Switch to sleep. If there was an option to be able to turn the Switch off that way, that would be cool. And that's button again. I keep hitting the minus button thinking it's the map. You know, like, I think only one game ever did that, and that was Legends Arceus. Because Sword and Shield, the minus button, I believe accessed the same menu that the plus button did. You had to access the map through the, you had to access the map through the main pod. No, wait, sorry. That was the X button that did that. The plus and minus button just gave you the bike. Because, Let's Go, Eevee, and Pikachu were meant to be played with the Joy-Cons only. Because they were supposed to be, like, motion control stuff. Like, you could play it in handheld mode. It was a lot easier for catching Pokemon, because you didn't have to worry about aiming. You really have to worry about aiming the Pokeball when you threw it. It automatically, like, you could just kind of use the gyroscope on the Switch to, to show in the camera as the Pokemon moved around. Ugh, excuse me. Okay. Suppose I could check these other dens while I'm here. Not a lot of outbreaks. We got Rockruff. Got Duskull, sorry. We have Jangmo-o. Thought that Apom was shiny for a second, had to double check. Dragon Jangmo-o. That's the thing I never got. Is it pronounced Jangmo-o? Jangmo-o just sounds wrong to me for some reason. You know, it's like, it sounds like, you know, people who pronounce manga, manga. Doesn't feel right, even though, like, maybe it doesn't super matter. It just doesn't feel right. Is that blue? No, it's green. Green, right? Yeah, it's green. Cool. Cool. Internet just decided to fucking die on me. I think we're back. We're back. Back. Okay. No. Software. System update. Give me a minute. Gotta do a system update now. Nothing wants to fucking work right today. Jesus Christ. Okay. Update. Take like 30 seconds at most. Let's actually switch over to IRL for a bit while that's happening. Alright, and we got the no signal. It will be back in a sec. Alright. Violet and... Okay. My mouse was moving itself for a second. Oy, this week is fucking cursed. The shit. Now I gotta check and see if I can... Actually, I wonder if the... I'm actually starting to wonder if the stuff was a stability issue, what I was dealing with before. Was it was because there's an update getting ready. That was... Okay. So let's... Now I gotta give it some more time because the update forced to reconnect. I want to give it a little bit more time to see if I'm stable enough to be able to go on the ladder. So apologies, I know we're holding off. I keep pushing back when I want to head on the ladder. Might be partially, again, due to just how much of a nightmare last month was. But I just want to make sure I'm not getting forcibly disconnected, because if we have that happen too much, I can't go online, and I don't want to risk my account getting banned, right? Due to frequent disconnects that might not even be my fault. And also stuff like that is the reason why I don't usually get super angry about, or super like, oh my god, what a fucking noob whenever I win a match online due to disconnects, because I hope stability, you know, if it is a Scarlet and Violet problem exclusively and not so much a problem with my Switch, I do hope that's a stability thing that gets rectified with the Indigo disc. Because, I mean, end of December, we hit Regulation F, which means we're going to see a lot more. I think we're going to see a huge surge in people competing when Regulation F comes around, because that's when a lot of the big staples are coming back, like Incineroar, like, Whimsicott. Those are the two biggest staples I can think of that are coming back. Plus, I think April is when Regulation F ends, which means Regulation G is most likely going to be the start of the restricted meta. I don't know if, like, with Reg G, or even Regulation H, if that's going to be something maybe involving mythicals, or if we're going to ease ourselves into restricted meta, like what we did with Sword and Shield, where at first you go and use one restricted Pokemon, and then, like, towards the end, that was when it was, like, both. Although we also had that 1 month, with, I think it was Series 13 in Sword and Shield, where mythicals were allowed in addition to the 2 restricted Pokemon. Oh, Smear was another one, actually, now that I think about it. That's probably going to... That's the wrong button. Smeargle's probably another Pokemon that's gonna lead to a lot more people either coming in or probably just stepping away, just because, like... Just because of Smeargle's gimmick of being able to learn almost every single move in the game. I think Dark Void got removed from the pool in Gen... I think it was either in Gen 7 or Gen 8. I know Smeargle was never VGC legal in Gen 8, neither was Darkrai. Darkrai was never VGC legal because it was an event mythical Pokemon. I find it so weird that the event mythicals have only had like a 1 month period where they've been allowed. Because, like, you know, there's that idea of like, oh, well, not everyone could get them. But, okay, that is going to be a tough one to deal with. I'm going to quickly... pop some eggs over. And I want to see if I can get my Charizard Daenerys up to level 100. So she does need to be bottle capped. Quickly max out her level. 86. No, we don't want Scary Face. No, we don't want Fire Spin. No, we don't want Inferno. Daenerys is a special attacker. Flare Blitz won't Flare Blitz actually hurts more than it helps in raid battles, to be honest. We need to give her bottle caps before we can really send her in. Slowking and Slowbro need some stuff too. Pokemon needs work done. Oh. Alright. I'm gonna make a quick trip over to Montenevera. And we'll bottle cap. We'll bottle cap Daenerys. Not to be confused with Daenerys, my Dragonite, who's gonna be on my the team I'm working with, but see. Yeah, one of the only 2 Pokemon that can actually, if you're watching on Twitch, one of the only 2 Pokemon that can show up on the Pikalytics, through the Pikalytics app I'm using there, because apparently they don't show the Gen 8 Pokemon. It's a bit weird. Or not the Gen 8, the Gen 9 Pokemon. Probably don't even show the Hisuian Pokemon, to be honest. Alright, so we'll give Daenerys some hyper training. I didn't even spell her name right. Fuck it, let's just use the gold bottle cap. Wasting time, let's just use regular bottle caps. No sense wasting a, no sense wasting a non-gold bottle cap for, when she only needs 3 stats boosted. Alright. I think I'll hatch this last batch of eggs, and then we'll head up on the ladder for a bit. I'm a little worried about the idea of using, like, really hyper-offensive teams like what I have here, but... Actually, I can't even call them hyper-offensive, because they still... Because the one team I have right now, one team I'm going to be trying out on the ladder for the first time, it's more physically oriented, more oriented to the physical side of things, with Heatran being my only special attacker outside of Zatanna, my Farigiraf, who's really kind of just there to try to discourage Trick Room, because obviously she's got Imprison. There is part of me that would also consider trying to use Gallade in that role, because Gallade can be a surprisingly good... I think it could potentially be a decent Psy-Spam Discourager, because it would discourage both Wide Guard and Trick Room through Imprison. But I'm worried that's me trying to be too cute, because, like, the thing I've noticed is when I've tried to be kind of cute with outside of post regionals, every time I've tried to be kind of cute with my lineups, I've wound up screwing myself over more often than not. Oh yeah, Cryogonal's available in Pokemon Go now, which is weird. It's very weird for me for some reason. I don't know why. I also just realized I forgot to hit the button. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes, and I managed to avoid any disconnects outside of, well, I mean, the last disconnect I had was because I had to reset my Switch for a system update. Okay, so that's it for the eggs. Let's go ahead, let's put these... Oops. Here. That, and let's head up on the ladder. See how well this turns out. Ranked battles. Season has started. I couldn't even get out of Great Ball. We're rank 6, so we're not even in we're not even in Great Ball tier now. Which won't be so bad, because that's... At this point, we're kind of dealing with some easy stuff. So I have some Some teams I'd like to try out. These are rental teams, but... stuff to worry about with that. Ferregerclef, Dozo Glimmy, Dragon HO. I think I'm just gonna work with... I gotta change the name of that team. I gotta change that team name. This is gonna... Are you fucking serious? I just got disconnected trying to... No. Let's try this again. Like the second I went online, or the second I... Alright, let's try this out. Alright, so this is a Sun team. Not a great start for me, to be honest. Sun team and a Parish Trap team. This is gonna be a bit rough, so I think I'm bringing Slappy for sure. I think I'm bringing Rose. And I think we bring Leopleurodon and Daenerys. They don't really have anything to prevent prior. I could have probably just swept with Daenerys and Leopleurodon, but the Parish Trap kind of has me worried. So we've got some problems, so let's go Fake Out on you and straight for the Heat Wave. I have a feeling they're probably gonna swap, but they have nothing to really prevent Orbites. Okay. They're going straight for the... They're going straight for the Parish Song. Means they're going to try and... They're gonna try to get rid of that super fast. So let's go into the Wild Charge into you. And... I'm gonna protect. I don't want to blow... Knowing that they have the Parish Trap there, I don't want to blow my, my Terra yet. I think they're smart in not blowing their Terra yet either. Bladderheart. Okay, so this is a German team. Alright, this is gonna suck. I'm not gonna blow my Terra yet. Yeah, I'm screwed. I'm gonna Terra Water. Go into the Flutter Mane. There's no way that Heatran survives. They're not terrestrializing, it looks like. Which is probably smart. They're probably saving it for their Meowscarada. Or their... Okay. Wow. That did not do... That did way less than I was expecting it to do, not gonna lie. That's Fluttermane down. All they have left is the Meowscarada, which I'm going to go to prevent the Trick Room now. Oh, I don't have. Okay. Well, in that case, bring in Dragonite. All right, let's try to go for the Drain Punch. And I'm going to just go for the Bandit Outrage. Because I imagine they're probably gonna go for Terra Ghost. Oh, Terra Grass. Okay. Which means they're gonna try to go for the boosted, Let's see who we take out here. Like, that's Floragato down, which means all they have left is their Torkoal, who... Ooh. Did they disconnect or did I disconnect? The fact that I've been having internet problems worries me. That it was me. Because here's the thing. And people brought this up before. If it was an internet problem on my end, it could be my Switch, right? Okay, so we won. Which means I think we're back in Great Ball 2 at the very least. Okay. I mean, look, that was the easy part out of the way. Great Ball and Ultra Ball, where it's going to start getting more difficult. Ugh, excuse me. How's everyone else doing tonight, though? But yeah, like, every time there's a disconnect error like that, I get worried it's on my end. Because it doesn't even have to be my internet having a problem. It just has to be my Switch hiccuping for, like, a fraction of a second in connection. Even though I did actually have, like, a moment where my internet just completely borked for a minute there. I don't think I'm gonna find anybody. Oh, I found someone. Okay. El Perozki. Alright. So this... Therian... Tornadus. That's new. Okay, they don't have a Trick Room mode. They have... regular Teal Mask Ogerpon. We don't know what form that, Urshifu is gonna take. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead with Asuka. And then we'll bring in Slappy, Leopleurodon, and Daenerys in the back. Because really, Asuka takes care of most of this team very well on her own. Leopleurodon can handle Urshifu, possibly, as long as it's not single strike. Actually, no, Leopleurodon can't handle. Leopleurodon can handle the Landorus, the Tornadus, and the Ogerpon. Daenerys doesn't do too well against most of their team, to be perfectly honest. Like, maybe the Urshifu, and depending on the EVs, the investment, maybe they can handle the... they can definitely handle the Heatran. But the Iron Hands is going to be, like, the big problem this team has to face, because we don't have a lot of answers for that. That's the thing that worries me about this team. I just realized Iron Hand's going to be something I'm not super set for. Thankfully, I don't have an Intimidator. Because with Defiant being an issue, like, I could see a lot of people using Urshifu and Tornadus. Okay. Alright, so that is Rapid Strike Urshifu, which is good. We're gonna go ahead and go for the Spiky Shield here. And we're gonna fake out on the Urshifu. If the Urshifu decides to go for an Ice Spinner, we might have a problem. Okay, so you went to Detect. Fine, nothing really ventured or lost. Unless Tornadus goes for the Tailwind. Okay. It's fine. Fine. Go for the Horn Leech on Urshifu, because I should be able to live stuff badly. I'll go for the... Unless it goes for like an Ice Spin or a Poison Jab, I should be able to live. Actually, even if it... Yeah, no, I should be able to live some of the stuff pretty badly. Again, I'm very surprised they went for Therian Tornadus. Because it doesn't get access to Prankster. And for me, when you see Tornadus... Alright, so you're swapping out. What are you swapping into? Ogerpon. You're bringing in your own Ogerpon. Okay. Oblique Wind misses, but it lands on Asuka, which ain't great. I don't get a lot of health back, but I get enough. And hopefully this should take out Tornadus. The Wild Charge should take out the Tornadus. Yep. Alright. So I don't lose a whole lot of health. Sending in Heatran. Okay. So I'm gonna Spiky Shield turn 1. And we're gonna go for the Drain Punch onto Heatran, because I know that Spiky Shield is always an option with Ogerpon. And if they were smart, they're either gonna swap out Ogerpon or they're gonna go for the Spiky Shield. Going for the Play Rough. This is gonna hurt, but thankfully, you know, I'm pretty bulky thanks to my Assault Vest, so I should be able to live that pretty bad. I get almost all my health back, which is great. Well, not almost all my health back. I get a decent chunk of health. Does pop its berry, which means... interesting. Okay, let's go for the Ivy Cudgel. I'm probably gonna lose Ogerpon here. Go for the... double. Let's go to double in the Heatran. Alright, so their Ogerpon attacks. It doesn't take out Iron Hands. Their Heatran... Oh, the Tailwind. That's right. Okay. Well, the good news is... their Heatran's down. All they have left is their Urshifu. They don't have a Tailwind anymore. I'm gonna bring in Leopleurodon. We'll save go for the Horn Leech on Urshifu. They're probably gonna detect. And we'll go for the... Ugh. I forgot I had Ice Spinner. I'm gonna protect... I'm gonna risk the protect. Okay, I'm gonna go for the... I'm gonna risk the Ice Spinner. So they're terastallizing. Probably gonna be their Urshifu. No, it's their Ogerpon. Okay. That makes more sense, because that gets a speed boost. From body aspect. They got two ways they can go about this. They could double into... Okay, so they didn't. Play rough. That takes me down to my sash. But I can go for the full-blown ice spinner here and take out their Ogerpon. This won't do anything. I have a plan. We're gonna get a safe swap in here. I haven't terrored yet. Brick Break. That's an interesting choice. That's a very interesting choice, because it's not the standard. It's not the standard. The standard, honestly, is always going to be, close combat, U-turn in some form of... Let's just go straight for the E-speed. Because they can't really do anything here. We'll go for the E-spin and the Sacred Sword. So E-speed and the Sacred Sword. Because they can try to detect, but that's just stalling them out. I'm locked into E-speed now. Yeah. They can try to... They can try to go for the Protect, but I don't think Detect works every time. I also think I'm gonna swap out Ice Spinner for Icicle Crash. Also, I need to give Daenerys some... Yeah, they had nothing. Because the big problem with Ice Spinners, while it's great for removing terrains, if they decide to Spiky Shield, or they have a Rocky Helmet, I lose health because of that and risk breaking my sash. So while Ice Spinner is more consistent damage than Icicle Spear, because Icicle Crash, because Icicle Crash has that 10% chance to miss. Ice Spinner also has that risk of doing contact damage, which is bad in situations like where Effect Spore, maybe, I don't think Effect Spore is used very often, but in a situation with Effect Spore or Flame Body, if they want to use Volcarona, like if they swap in Volcarona, or they use Rage Powder on Volcarona. Okay, so this is a more offensively oriented team. I think I'm going to lead with Zatanna and Rose, because Rose is mainly here as an Arcanine counter. And then I think I'm going to bring Asuka and either Daenerys or Slappy. I don't know. I think I'm going to bring Slappy. I think we leave Leopleurodon at home on this one. There's a good chance they don't bring in Arcanine. Because they might start with Arcanine either way. Okay, so Tornadus Urshifu. Alright. Here's what we are going to do. Going to Trick Room. And Protect. No. Air Fairy. Actually, I've got a better idea. We're gonna set up the Trick Room, and we're gonna throw Asuka in. They're going Terra Water right away. Which means they probably thought they could take out... They probably thought they could take out Heatran right away with a Surging Strikes. Or they're going into... They're going into Farigiraf. Okay, so they're going into Farigiraf. But I live, which is good. I get the Trick Room off, which is even better. Alright. And we'll go for the D-Gleam. Won't bother terastallizing. And I'm going to Horn Leech. Yeah, I'm gonna Horn Leech. I'm not gonna terastallize yet. Okay, so they're protecting. Which means I should have terastallized. The good news is, you're taking, friggin' Tornadus is taking all of that. Not a lot of health, mind you, but it's something. Alright. We're gonna go into Iron Hands. I'm gonna terastallize here. We're gonna fake out. No, we're gonna Wild Charge into you. Terra Water Horn Leech into you. Because that special defense boost could be very beneficial here. Especially with a 100% accurate Bleak Wind Storm. The good news is I am much, much faster here. Thanks to the Trick Room for a couple of turns. Arcanine. Okay. We did get that Intimidate drop. I'm not going to be taking a whole lot of heat here, unfortunately. Or I'm going to be taking a whole lot of heat here, unfortunately. That Arcanine probably has E-Speed. Wow. It. Okay, it's Rocky Helmet. Not... God damn! God damn, that did a lot! Go ahead, drop my speed. You're just helping me. Alright, let's go for the Drain Punch. You can't do anything, and I'm gonna Spiky Shield. Spiky Shield to discourage the E-Speed, or try to discourage the E-Speed. And we'll see if we can take out the Iron Hands right away. Because if they're smart, what they're going to try to do is try to stall out the Trick Room. Because this can go one of two ways. They can either swap in for, they can either swap in back to Urshifu. E-Speed. Oh, sweet! So they're taking chip damage on that. So, Iron Hands is going to be taking all of that Bleak Wind Storm, unfortunately. Which doesn't do much thanks to the Assault Vest. All I have left now, I believe, it might have one more Pokemon besides Urshifu. I can't remember. Oh, Chenpao. Okay. So let's go for the Heavy Slam on you. Actually, I've got a better idea. We're gonna swap in Heatran. And I'm gonna go for the Ivy Cudgel. I'm gonna go for the Horn Leech. No, I'm gonna go for the Ivy Cudgel on you. No, Horn Leech. Go for the Horn Leech into you. I sense a prediction coming. Because I still have another turn of Trick Room. Oh, they went for the Tailwind. Okay. That's smart. Last turn of Trick Room, go for the Tailwind. So unfortunately, I'm gonna go down to the Rocky Helmet. The good news is, this is their last turn of Rain. And I still have Fake Out support. Gonna send Iron Hands in. Alright. Go for the Heat Wave. Fake Out into Urshifu. Because either they protect and they risk losing their Iron Hands. Or not their Iron Hands, their Urshifu. Sorry, they're... Okay, they double protect. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, I think that's the end of my streak right there. Let's just go for the Earth Power into Urshifu and Drain Punch into... Okay. That's Heatran down, unfortunately. And that's going to take their Chenpao to its Focus Sash. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of my streak, unfortunately. I don't know, maybe if I brought Daenerys in, we would have done a little bit better, but... Fucking Chenpao, man. Fucking Chenpao. Doesn't mean why there was another team I had where I have Chenpao with speed control as well. I have a team very similar to what they were showing there, actually, to be honest. Alright. Except I have, the problem with that team is and the problem that worries me with that other team is it's all physical attackers. Which means if they have a decent physical wall, we could have a problem. Okay. Oh boy. Alright, okay. So this could be a Trick Room team, so I think I'm gonna lead with Slappy and Zatanna. Then bring Leopleurodon and Daenerys in the back. Actually... No, we're gonna do that. Leo Pleurodon and Daenerys in the back. I think this would probably actually be a better team for Rose to handle, to be honest, because Rose takes out most of them, but I'm gonna regret not bringing Rose. I know it. Like, to be honest, I think I think this would have actually been a better lineup to bring the lineup I brought the other team again. I brought against the other team. It's like, I feel like any situation where I bring Leo Pleurodon, I don't want to bring Rose. Alright, so they're probably gonna lead with, oh, T-Tar Salamence, okay. That's not good. That's a really bad lead for me, actually. Let's go fake out into Mence. And go straight into the Terra. Gleam. I know going into the Terra this soon is almost always a bad idea, but if they don't swap, the D-Gleam does so much damage to both of them. Even with the special defense boost Tyranitar gets from Sand. So there goes my Citrus Berry. Anna does here. Not bad, not bad. Alright, they haven't blown their Terra yet. There's a chance that T-Tar could have go for the D. Hope it's not Terra Ghost. Because most times with dark types, and I know because I have a dark type with Terra Ghost, they'll try to bait out the fighting move with to try to get me to waste a turn. I know it could be coming, and I'm gonna kick myself if it does. But the swapping out T-Tar, which means we're probably coming into Iron, not Iron. Oh, Sinistcha, okay. They're gonna try to get their health back. But Salaman's back up to full health. And Mence is terastallizing now. Terra Flying, maybe? Oh, Terra Steel, okay. Oh, I can't prevent the Trick Room now. Again, it kind of always winds up coming down to I just let myself get easily baited by some of this stuff. Send in Shenpao. Nah, let's send in Dragonite first. If I send in Shenpao, I risk my Sash getting broken. Going to Drain Punch into the Mence. Aerial Ace into the Sinistra. Because they're probably going to Rage Powder. Or they're going to try to go for the Strength Sap. Both of which are not ideal. But an idea I have here is, okay, they're going to swap out, which means they're probably going to send in their Intimidate or Flutter Mane. Shit. Alright, so that's Sinistra down, which is good, but they can easily send Mence in now, which is a problem. If that's not Specs, it's Booster Flutter Mane. If I hadn't blown my Terra so early, I could have probably done something here, but I panicked. So now it comes down to who the other... Oh wait, they have Mence and T-Tar in the back. So they bring in Mence, it's the smartest decision they could have made, because that... Yeah. That happens. Alright, go for the Drain Punch on Mence. And I'm gonna actually, I have a better idea. We're gonna swap in Shen Pao, swap in the Leo Pleurodon. I'm gonna Aerial Ace Flutter Mane. Although the problem there is, yeah. We locked into Aerial Ace with only Iron Hands to handle both of their Pokemon. And if they're smart, they probably know it's Choice Banded. Let's go for the Rain Punch on T-Tar. And Aerial Ace is literally all I got. I'll Aerial Ace the Mence. If I can get lucky enough for them to hit the knockoff on my Dragonite, I might be able to get through it, but they're not going to be stupid enough to try to knock off Dragonite. They'll probably go for a flying move. Yeah, so they're going to weaken Iron Hands, which is the smart play. Or they go for the try to go for the Stone Edge on... Oh, okay. Well, that's T-Tar down, which means they can't win. They can't win at this point. They can maybe drop my attack, but Rain Punch takes out Mence. I don't get any chip damage now that the Sandstorm's gone. Rain Punch should take out Mence. Even a not very effective Aerial Ace might do some good damage. Yeah, they couldn't win. They played very well. That's the good thing too. Like, they played very well. They made some, like, I'd say them baiting me isn't a huge... The fact they were able to bait me into trying to use a fighting move on a ghost type twice isn't a super big gotcha in hindsight, because I'm clearly just that easy to bait, but they played very well. I'm gonna do one more and then I'm gonna switch back over to eggs. Probably would have been a lot easier if I hadn't let myself go straight into the Dazzling Gleam. Or the Terra boosted Dazzling Gleam. And there were some situations where, like, again, in hindsight, I should have gone for something like a Heavy Slam instead of the Drain Punch, but... Alright, what's T got? Another Men's team. Okay, whenever there's a ghost, I never want to risk leading with Daenerys, so I think I'm gonna do... They don't have a Trick Room mode. I think we're gonna lead with Slappy and Rose, then bring Leo Pleurodon and Daenerys in the back. Because if they don't bring Fluttermane, or not Fluttermane, Frostlass. If they don't bring... Oh, they do have a Trick Room mode. Shit, I should have brought in, Farigiraf. I hadn't noticed the Oranguru at the bottom. Okay. Oranguru to lead. That's probably Inner Focus on the Oranguru. So, I'm gonna just double into the, Got a better idea. I'm gonna double into the Oranguru. Well, Heat Wave still, so we can hit both of them. But I'm gonna go straight after that Oranguru, because it can go one of two ways. They're gonna try to either bait me into going right after the Magnezone, or... And because, again, I'm 95% sure that Oranguru is Inner Focus. Alright. That's their Magnezone down. They don't have a Trick Room mode anymore. See how much the Wild Charge does. That's actually not bad. All things considered, that's not bad. Oh! Oh, they were gonna go for Instruct, not Trick Room. Okay. I mean, again, I was pretty sure that Magnezone was going to Terrasilize. That's why I didn't go for the Drain Punch. Who's next? T-Tar. Okay. Alright. Well, we're going to learn from before. We're going to Heavy Slam the T-Tar. And... Fuck it, let's go for another Heat Wave. But I'm gonna Terrasilize here. So they're not Terrastalizing yet. They're probably gonna save their Terra for their last Pokemon. Which I'm assuming is probably Garchomp. Just looking at the fact that they have T-Tar here, I could absolutely see Garchomp being their last Pokemon to try to get that Sand Rush bonus. Earthquake, okay. Oh, it's Telepathy! Alright. That does nothing. Wow, that is a bulky-ass T-Tar. Well, they haven't Terra'd yet. But they just lost to Oranguru, so whatever's left... I'm guessing it's Garchomp. I am guessing at this point it's Garchomp. Could also be Frostlass. No, it's Garchomp, yeah. Alright, so... That's a problem-ish. That's a bit of a problem. I think I can get through it. I think. I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon here. Garchomp. Alright, that's fine. Fine. Because I have Leo Pleurodon in the back. Stone Edge doesn't do a whole lot. I get my health back. And Leo Pleurodon takes out their Garchomp. Even with the Sand Rush, I take out the Garchomp. Unless they go for the Dragon Scale, unless they go for the Scale Shot, I take out the Garchomp 100% of the time. And Pow. They have nothing. Go for the Drain Punch. And we go for the Ice Spinner. They literally have nothing. Oh, it's Sand Veil! Okay. Alright. Well, my sash is gone. Doesn't matter. I can either E-Speed or I go for the Outrage. I'm fat. I know Chen Pao is faster no matter what. I'm gonna go for the Outrage. Sand Veil. I was fully expecting Sand Rush. Huh. That's not bad. We got ourselves pretty much right back to where we were before, with within 5 battles. Because that brings us up to rank 8. Let's quit battling. Let's go back into some egg work. Dragonair. What are our? We have Dragonair. We have Knucklestack. Buizel. Cadbulb. And Bronzong. Oh, and Fungus. And Fungus. Can't forget the Fungus. And something else I could do with the team is I could easily swap out. If I wanted to, I could probably swap out Protect for Terra Blast, but that threw me off. That threw me off. Yeah, I think with the power creep from that we were seeing with last season, I think last season was season 12. We were dealing. There was probably a lot of players who were more my level there already, or who were very low ladder, especially considering we're very early in the month. Like, realistically, being that early in the month, in theory, should mean, like, there's not a lot of, like, that's, like, when a lot of the really good players are trying to get back up to Master Ball tier. Most of them probably have already been there for a while. Like, Sableye VGC, we've rated him before. He's a guy I've competed against at, some Premier Challenges I've done, the Premier Challenges I've done, the Mid-Season Showdown as well. He's probably already back up in Master Ball tier. Himmy Turner, I think, also would have been there by now as well. And those are players, they're using the ladder more to try to get, to use, like, gimmicky teams to see if they can get... Because they've got the experience to try to work with those more gimmicky Pokemon. Or, like, not even gimmicky, like, the less meta staple. The stuff that's not really, like, a meta staple. So, like, they're trying to get up to Master Ball using, like, Ampharos or Basculin, White Stripe Basculin, right? Oh. Alright. I might go to Area 0 for a bit, to be honest, but we'll see. So we need one more Fuecoco, one more Sprigatito, two more Quaxley, a Fione, a Flabebe, a Blaze form Tauros, and an Aqua form Tauros. I've got those two kind of in the back on my, not like in the back, but they're kind of sitting in the box until I clear out one of the other lines I have on my little current hunt tab over there. I think that's it. We are not getting a lot of Fione eggs recently. Back in Leg Tree Thicket. I actually kind of want to take another look at some of the returning Pokemon, see who's likely to see some. I think Incineroar. Incineroar, just because Intimidate is so useful, and having an Intimidator that can also use Fake Out clears away checks so many boxes on what a team use. I think Incineroar, even though I think Incineroar is probably the one Pokemon that was used way more often than even the dreaded Landorus Therian. Going back to some of the other teams we faced earlier, or I faced earlier today, Tornadus Therian. I'm very surprised to have seen that, because usually with Tornadus in particular, its Therian form is really only used in singles. At least in my experience, right? Because in singles you have that benefit of Regenerate. Regenerator is always going to be a really solid ability, but just seeing Regenerator, or seeing somebody choose Therian form Tornadus over its incarnate form with Prankster, especially since I'm pretty sure Tornadus Incarnate is actually used almost as much, if not more, than Landorus Therian. Just because it's very good for those hyper-offensive teams. Like the other hyper-offensive team I have, or the other hyper-offensive team I planned, one of the other hyper-offensive teams, actually both the other hyper-offensive teams I planned out, both of them use Tornadus Incarnate for Tailwind. You have this one right here, uses Kenshiro, Lassie, Niles, I think Leopleurodon's here as well as Zatanna. Zatanna and Leopleurodon are really the only common thread between these. The problem with that is this team especially is very physically oriented. It's a potential problem. With Niles and Lassie, they're kind of replacing what Rose and Slappy were doing. Or you have Fake Out Pokemon and a Fire Pokemon. Although with this we have Intimidate to kind of help in our favor. But the thing is, I know that I've got there's a premiere challenge that I want to do next week, this coming weekend. And I think I'm more likely to use my team with Daenerys rather than my team with Kenshiro. Even though I think Kenshiro, especially with a Choice Scarf, could be a little more useful. The thing that worries me about that is it's all, with the exception of maybe Zatanna, I have no special attackers there, which kind of worries me. At least with my team with Daenerys, there's a lot of there's at least a special attacker I can kind of fall back on. And then I had a team with Kana. I just can't remember who was on the rest of the team. Like, I'd have to look on Showdown for that. Problem is, like, when I was testing on Showdown, Daenerys seemed to be the team that really kind of got me the most bang for my buck with her team. Like, I had some decent success with the team with Kenshiro and Lassie, just by virtue of having choice band E speed on Lassie. Yeah, like, the teams that seem to be working for me, at least, are the ones that just... They feel like they're going against every instinct I've had ever since I started playing Pokemon, competitive Pokemon, which is try to balance the teams out as much as possible. So it's taken some time to adapt to like, it's gonna take some time for me to mentally adapt to the new play style. Oops. But I'm also very curious to see, like, what of the new Pokemon get brought in for, like, what some of the other new Pokemon, because, like, right now, again, the only competitively viable Pokemon I know off the top of my head that are going to be in the Indigo Disc are Whimsicott, which was, like, if you remember when I was doing my ladder climbing in, or even my Players' Cup stuff in Sword and Shield, Whimsicott and Incineroar, they were both on the teams I ran. Because they're just that useful. Whimsicott's a great Tailwind setter. It gets access to Helping Hand. It gets access to Taunt. And it has the other benefit of not clearing up, like, a flying slot on my team. Or not taking up a flying slot on my team. Because my big thing is, like, I hate doubling up on types a lot of times. Like, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like, which one of these. Like, none of these teams really double up on types, right? As far as I know. I have to double check on... Actually, I'm going to double check on Showdown right now, see who on that team really ran... Oh, so I should probably swap out my eggs. Who I ran alongside Kana. Let's check that real quick. Hilda Kana. Yeah, with Kana, I still had Shenpao, I still had Iron Hands, but I ran Tornadus as that kind of Tailwind setter, right? Like, with Kana, it's cool because I still get some good coverage there. I get the ground type stuff. I get all of that. It's just a bit tougher with both of the Kenshiro teams because there's no real special attacking presence there. Like, the easiest thing would be to swap out a Pokemon for, like, say, Flutter Mane. In fact, I probably could easily do that. Like, say, swap out Shenpao for Flutter Mane, and then I have a really solid, I'd have to swap out Iron Head on Kenshiro back for Ice Spinner, but it works. Because realistically, when it comes to something like Tornadus, it's great for kind of helping deal with those the speed problems. And then it's just an issue of you know, needing something else for speed control. Or to help deal with, help deal with size. Damn. Oh, my internet disconnected. Okay. I'm glad I stepped off when I did. That was about an hour before we had a disconnect, which is fun. So I probably should up the count again. So if this isn't Kitakami, Kitakami is essentially another, on like almost the other side of the world, judging from the fact that there's a plane, like let me show you. We'll go to Kitakami, you'll see like a little plane in the corner for the loading screen. And since Blueberry Academy, like it's possible that that area could be where Blueberry Academy is, but I don't think so. That's not weird. Ah, fuck. Hang on. I know what I'm doing. Where I know what I'm doing. I fly to the crystal pool. But yeah, if you look in the bottom corner, you see there's a plane there, which means we're flying to Kitakami, which means probably a lot further than those mountains. And like, with, like, I know with the last region, where the last generation where we could kind of travel between regions freely, or between multiple regions freely, which was Johto, which was Gen 2 and the Gen 2 remakes, there was like a bullet train that could connect the two, which means at the very least they were like right next. Actually, I think we even established they were basically right next to each other, because you could easily get to Johto. You could usually get to Kanto. Easily get to Kanto from just surfing across New Barktown, as well as was there a way to Mount Silver from? I don't think there was a way to Mount Silver from. Or there was a way to Mount Silver besides going through Kanto, because that was the only other way you could get to Mount. That was the only way you could get to Mount Silver without before you could fly there on your map. But at the very least, there's a significant land border between Kanto and Johto. Oh, you are not helpful. Ah, damn it, I hit the wrong button again. Find our name. I think I've already checked this den. Screw it, we'll check it again. Yeah, it's a Ninetales. Oh wow, the batch finished hatching and I pop again. Get Daenerys in there. How well she does here. Like, I don't remember if Ninetales could have flash fire or not. I mean, I think that's one of its abilities, but worst case scenario, I'm just gonna go ahead and spam the crap out of Fire Fang. Because Flare Blitz is just gonna hurt me more than it helps. And now we get to see how much a especially if it's sun boosted. Oh wait, no. Let's see. Doesn't have drought. Okay, so let's go for the belly drum. See how much Aerial Ace does. Son of a bitch. Well, I guess we're, cheering. Yeah, unfortunately, electric terrain won't really help here due to Charizard's partial flying typing. So she's not technically touching the ground. But yeah, the fact that the sun didn't go up right away tells me this Ninetales has Flash Fire. Go for another Aerial Ace. Ninetales could move. Paralyzed, that's fine. Belly Drum again. As long as it doesn't go... Actually, even if it goes for Flamethrower. Alright. Well, that's fine, because that gives me an excuse to heal Cheer. Because Ninetales is one of those Pokemon, I think they give out... There's always that chance that they'll give out the Herba. Or that higher chance that they'll give out the Herba. Okay, that's a decent amount of health back. Shield's going up this turn. Alright. Aerial Ace. Decent amount of damage. Extra Sentry doesn't do shit. Oh, it has Nasty Plot, so that's gonna start changing pretty soon. Okay, so it is Terra Fire, but again, with Flash Fire, I think, being the ability, I don't want to risk going for the Fire Fang. Yeah, with all of Grass's other weaknesses being being weak to fire, I didn't want to risk bringing in something that didn't have a fire or a flying type move. And since again this doesn't have drought, the ability to still use some kind of physical super effective move was definitely useful. I could have also easily just sent in my Dock Spun. Let's swap out our eggs. I still have that Froakie egg too from when Kane said he hadn't had a Froakie. He's probably got one by now, but yeah, at some point, if anyone wants a Froakie egg, let me know. Alright. The thing that worries me about the other team, is, like, say I swap out, Chen Pao for Fluttermane. Like, it gives me plenty of lead options. But, like, I feel like previous attempts I've had to use, you know, Chen Pao and Fluttermane on a, did I already check you? I don't think I did. I think I flew over you and forgot to check. Yeah, no, you're a Hakamo'o. You don't want Hakamo'o. It's not that we don't want Hakamoho, it's that we don't want 4-star Hakamoho. And I don't think it's possible to get a 5-star Hakamoho. I think at that point it's Komoho. Just a random herd of Toadschool over there. Alright, so... I just want to check out all the dens that... Ombre. Psychic Den up here. Let's see what that has to offer. Doesn't usually take a whole long time to search through all of Kitakami, so I'm just gonna check all the dens I can here. Maybe check the dens in Paldea, but... It just dawned on me, I really do need to take a break at some point. Probably got about 7 minutes till our next commercial. 6-7 minutes till our next commercial break. I'll take a break then. At least our next ad break on Twitch. I don't think I can schedule ad breaks on YouTube right now. Yeah, for those of you who watch on YouTube, do have the I do purposely schedule ad breaks on Twitch, mainly as a way to just give myself a little bit of a break every now and then. Okay, so it's a flying type. I don't really have any electric type. I have one electric type that'll work. I have one electric type that would work. But in order to do that, I have to do something first. Alright, so let's move these guys into the box. And get Velogramon into its battle form. Lead Pokemon. Here we go. Velogramon should be able to make short work of this Chandelure. Chandelure could be a bit of a nightmare to deal with sometimes. Alright, so we got our electric terrain up. Go straight for the metal sound. Drop that special defense. And then I'm just gonna start firing off, like, parabolic charges and stuff. Sunny day. Okay, so that's gonna not be super great. Oh, damn it. Sower, I forgot about that. Stupid Arboliva. Let's just go for the parabolic charge then. It'll do enough damage that I don't really think I'll need the terrain. So that would have been helpful. It's fine. It still has the special defense drop, so I can still do some good damage from parabolic charge. And then an Electro Drift. would do well if that hadn't happened. Electro Drift could, in theory, still at least take out the shield. Let's see. Come on. Damn it. Confusion so fucking much. Alright, special defense drop isn't great, but it can't really do much to me. Still, just because of my dragon typing. I have the benefit right now of being resistant to anything that's not Shadow Ball. Oh, it took it out even with the shield. Sweet. Oh, that counts as a contact move. Interesting. Doesn't matter, because it not only broke the shield, it absolutely annihilated it. Alright. That's the Chandelure down. Got a bottle cap, which is nice. Some Hondu berries, which is great for resetting stats if I need to. I'm hoping there's some kind of... Well, I mean, there's the reset mochi, or the whatever the fuck there's the white mochi, which resets all stats. So that's a thing. I guess there is that reset method then, or the way to reset stats. Just have to do ogre ousting a lot, which I have not really touched, to be honest. I haven't done ogre ousting since the story required me to. Let's... Oh, okay. The Velogramon is back in the party now. Fine, I'll hatch these last 2 eggs, and then we'll... I think these last 2 eggs are probably going to be Fiona, to be honest. Alright. So it's a 4-star Furret, which isn't going to be super helpful for me. On to our next Ghost Den, which is just over there. Because I'm flying, I don't think that's going to trigger any eggs yet. But once I get into the water, that will change. Energy Patter, that's sold. How much more steps do these have? I'm pretty sure these are Fiona. Yeah, they're Fiona. Both of these are Fiona eggs. Alright, Meko, 4-star. The other thing I'm very curious about when it comes time for the Indigo Disc is, like, what the main story is going to be outside of just fighting the Blueberry Elite Four. Like, obviously there's got to be something involved with Kieran, because it seems very much that the DLC is focused around Kieran in particular. One more egg. Also, I just realized Oh, Ludicolo. Brown Terra Ludicolo. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take a quick little break. Use the facilities and get myself some water. I'm gonna quickly get a Pokemon ready for Ludicolo. I could probably get away with just using my, my Titan. Or I could use my Azumarill or Poliwrath, but those aren't the best option. I think we'll use Titan for this one. But before we get started on that, like I said, I'm gonna take a quick little break to go get some water, stretch my legs, and I will be back in just a bit. Okay, and we're back. Let's do this. Okay. That was very weird. All right. So Terra Ground's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, but it should be fine. Own tempo. Okay, so we can't drop its attack. But the good news is, this won't have any attacks that'll be hurt. That'll be super effective against a Titan. Go for the Avalanche. Sweet. Thank you. This does double damage now. Almost fucking nuked it, Jesus. Another Avalanche should take it out. It looks so weird with the Terra effect. Energy Ball. Avalanche does double damage. Nuked. Leave it. Lotad Leaf, that's what the item is. Okay. Got a lot of extra mints I can afford to get rid of at some point too, which is good. Just gonna quickly grab myself a drink from over here. Alright. Oh, there's a Stantler up. How did I not notice the Stantler? Again, am I the only one that really finds it weird that Weird Year isn't in the Kitakami decks? I feel like it should be included, but it isn't for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's the fact that Basket Legion's part of the decks. You shiny? No, you're not. I don't know, like, I don't have a Stantler I could use to test this theory, but I'm pretty sure Stantler should be able to learn Psy... Is that it? No, it's not. I thought that was a shiny Terra, Vikavolt. You know what? I'm gonna catch that Stantler. Oh, damn it. I was going to catch. I'm gonna catch that Stantler. I'm gonna test this theory, see if it's... See if it can learn Psy Shield Bash. Because, like... I know with White Stripe Basculin, it's still the same requirement to evolve it into into Basket Legion. Ultra Ball, screw it. We'll just let it chip away at its own health. Okay, so you have Flame Body instead of Frisk. Oh no, I can't make physical contact. There we go. First try. Times 2. Times 3, sorry. Plus 2 times 3. I swear I know how math works. Alright. So, in theory, if I check this Stantler, it should be able to know it should be able to learn Psy-Shield Bash at this point. All mind. It doesn't. Interesting. It's at level 72, so it would have learned the last move it would have needed already. So that's, again, very weird. Because, like, Psy-Shield Bash is still a move that Weirdier can learn. I don't know if it's Wordier or Weirdier. Oh, it's a Clefairy. It's 3-star Clefairy. We don't. Oh, it's a Grubbin. It's so hard to tell. Like if I ever get a Grubbin outbreak, I'm pretty sure. Like I might have to test that if I ever get a Grubbin outbreak, see if it's a very noticeable shiny. Because I know Grubbin itself, its shiny is like red and white. That looked red and white to me. Excuse me. Oh, that's great. It's so tiny. I can barely see it. Alright. Let's go to that next den. The one good thing about finding all these Grubbin threads is it's super useful for... Okay, that C-Dot threw me off. Yeah, no. If it was shiny, the cap would be white. It's always so weird why it's just like the colors are so, they feel kind of off when I look at the main monitor I play on versus when I look at when I look through the feed, like close to what you guys are seeing. Ah shit! Who put that Surskit there? The Surskit that was always there. I saw it there. I just zoomed off in a random direction without remembering that it was there. Who put it there? How dare it not move out of the way? Let's see what this next den is. 4-star Levany, or Levani. Hey, we've got our Jangmo outbreak. Let's see what this fairy den is. Fairy Terra Shards are ones that I think could be very useful. Just because fairy type's a good general purpose Terra type. Forgot the words I was going to try to say. Forgot how to words for a second there. Is that a... Oh, it's a... Sudowoodo that was running back there, right? Berry, 3-star. Whoa, okay, that was a very unfortunately placed Earthworm. And Nose Pass. Looked like that, Okay. I think that's it for the... Okay, so that was... At least we're starting to get Fiona more included in the mix, which is good to know. See what this normal den is. As long as it's not a psychic type, I think a psychic type 5-star. Oh, it's a Ariados 4-star, not really looking for. I mean, I could honestly do more of the dens to try to get some shards out of it, but I don't just do the dens for the shards, I do them for like Herba as well. Especially given like I don't know how much of the incoming blueberry decks is stuff that I still need to hunt for. Like, I don't know if, say, Darumaka is going to be in there, or, like, I know the starters for sure, Zebstrika or Blitzel. I have one, I just need the other. Oh, wait, Bug Hakamoto. I think I've checked these ones too, but... That's a new batch, so I should probably count that. Excuse me. I've already checked this ghost den. I'll check it again. I've already checked all the dens, and I'll probably head back to... Fargo, yeah, I think I've checked all these. So, go back to Paldea. Let's go to Area 0 for... Why not? Why not? I feel like it. Alright. Down we go to Area 0. Whee! I do find it funny that, like, no matter how far out you go from like the 0 gate, you're always going to kind of land right where you would have landed when you first visit Area 0 in the story. Like, no matter what, your ride Pokemon's always going to take you to the entrance, almost. First Quaxley in a while. Got 2 eggs left. Oh, that's blue. Well, I am going to need to consider, like, when it comes to... I think when it comes to something like Incineroar, I think we're going to see a lot of Terra Fairy, like, similar to what we see with Hisui and Arcanine, where Terra Fairy seems to be the go-to type for that. Because, like with Arcanine, it can really cover... Well, it can't cover Poison super well, but it can cover the Steel weakness pretty damn well. I mean, you could teach Incineroar Earthquake and Bulldoze, so there's that. I think the interesting thing is going to be like what the go-to Terra type for Whimsicott is going to be, and if Terrassalization is something that maybe affects Whimsicott's usage. I mean, Dynamax didn't really affect Whimsicott's usage all that much. In fact, it kind of helped. Make it more super useful. Because you could get the this Tailwind wasn't really the only way you had to worry about speed control. Because any Pokemon that had a flying type, an offensive flying type move, could give you like an instant speed boost with a Gigantamax. Sorry, with a Dynamax attack. Are you? Actually, come on. Oh, I can't encounter it. Interesting. That's another. I guess that's another one we just add to the. That's a weird glitch we get. Actually, the one thing I find funny is besides Roaring Moon, like I feel like all of the. I feel like the Paradox Pokemon that are based off of pseudo legendaries are like, well, 2 out of 3 of them are like actively worse than their counterpart. Okay, I thought that Corviknight was just standing on nothing. Or like actively worse than their Paradox counterpart. Sorry, than their non-Paradox counterparts. Like, just between abilities and typing, feels like T-Tar and Hydreigon just generally feel like better Pokemon than their counterpart. Like, I mean, with Mence and Roaring Moon, I feel like both have their niches, right? Like Mence, especially after Toronto Regionals, really saw a boost just because it's a solid Intimidator that can also set up Tailwind. And it's an Intimidator that doesn't have to worry about getting walled by Arcanine, right? Like, I still think Arcanine and Landorus are probably the 2 best Intimidators in the current meta. And I hate giving Landorus Therian any kind of credit. I really do. 3 more eggs. But, like, they really are, like... They really are kind of the best Intimidator. I'm actually surprised, like, how much Cantonian Arcanine really dropped off once Hisuian Arcanine hit the market. Because, like, Cantonian Arcanine, in a way, I feel like Hisuian Arcanine probably has, like, the better offensive niche, I would say. And that's probably why it's... That's maybe why it's better than... It's seen more often than Cantonian Arcanine, but just, it feels weird considering they can both kind of achieve the same things, but Cantonian Arcanine also gets the benefit of Snarl support, right? Where you can kind of get that dual offensive stat drop. I mean, with a lot of Defiant users and, like, a lot of Defiant and competitive users, there's always that risk of, like, giving them a boost, but that was kind of going to be there no matter what. I don't know, maybe it's just because Hisuian Arcanine's got a stronger Rock Slide. That's the only explanation I could think of as to why it's better than... why it's seen more often than Cantonian Arcanine. Hello, Volcarona. Alright. Probably swap out. Tomorrow I gotta remember to get some eggs ready. I should also power cycle my Switch. Reconnected to my Wi-Fi after stream or tomorrow sometime during the day. Make sure I have a solid, consistent connection ready for tomorrow. Okay, I thought that was shiny for a second. So the last shiny we've... Hey, Max! How you doing? Doing about as well as usual? I hear ya. I hear ya. Who put that Garganical there? Alright. Oh. Nope. Can't believe it's already 10 days till we get the Indigo Disc, eh? That's actually also gonna be, like, I think the first time in a while where I'm not working on a day something Pokemon related drops. So I can go into it about as blind as possible, and you know, you guys will be seeing, I guess, closer to my first reactions to stuff. I know there was, you know, I read into a lot of the stuff JT posted about Cerebee's video talking about all the things Joe got to see when he got the early access to the game. Hello, Iron Valiant. Actually, Iron Valiant's another Pokemon that could really fill in like a lot of the roles that Gallade and called Farigiraf can really do in that. It's decent for Trick Room prevention. And it's actually a pretty decent support Pokemon. Because it gets access to Spirit Break. Which, you know, allows you to kind of drop special attacks as you go. And it gets Imprison, Trick Room, and Wide Guard. I mean, pretty much the entire Ralts line gets access to Imprison and Trick Room. But you know, having a fairly fast, Imprison Pokemon could be potentially helpful, I think, for dealing with Psy-Spam teams. But, I don't know. Again, my biggest fear about trying to test that theory is, like, every time... Now, I've said this before, I feel like every time I've tried to be Q with the meta... There's an Iron Hands and an Iron Bundle trapped under the crystal. Put in new eggs, yeah. Like, I think the team I have for this season is probably, like, the simplest team I think I've ever run. And it's, again, I'd said this before, it's going against, like, just about every instinct I've had for myself as a competitive Pokemon player, which I think those instincts also what kind of screwed me, where I tried to go like super balanced with everything. Like, you know, two defensive Pokemon, I'm sure what I have is great for like singles. You know, 2 defensive Pokemon, 2 physical attackers, 2 special attackers. But I do feel like the team I have, which you can only really see like a third of the team on there, because Pikalytics is weird like that. The Pikalytics app on Twitch is weird like that. Like, I feel like it doesn't even show the Terra type if I were to click on it. See? Yep, doesn't show the Terra type. Just shows, like, 2 of the 6 Pokemon. Alright. Watch out for that. There we go. I'll have to remember to put one of my move one of my shiny Diplin back in before the DLC drops, though. But actually, I think it's ironic because I think we actually did. I think I was talking about this on the Discord. How like with the home maintenance we had, we were probably going to be start seeing leaks now for the Indigo Disc. I think we actually did start seeing some like legitimate leaks and stuff coming through now. I haven't looked them up because, to be honest, I think the fact that I'm able to go into this like a lot more blind in terms of like story points and Pokemon haven't come back, as opposed to, you know, what I've done for most of Scarlet and Violet, where I couldn't play right at launch because I had to work the day after, or I couldn't stream at launch. So I wound up playing. Okay, I thought that was a Gardevoir for a second. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know why. I thought that was like a Mega Gardevoir or something. The Houndstone threw me off, and for some reason, my brain immediately saw it as like a all white Mega Gardevoir, or I don't know how to explain it. Just how much more batch do we? Oh, it's done. Okay. I'm gonna hold on to as many of these evolution stones as I can as well, because I don't know how many I'm gonna need when the Indigo Disc comes out, and I don't want to get caught sleeping with stones like I did for the Teal Mask. Like, realistically, I think it was pretty much confirmed that there's only going to be about, I think, 200 or 300 Pokemon that we know of that aren't really going to be playable in Scarlet and Violet. It's possible that, you know, who knows, that might change. Like, I don't know, maybe they're set in a way that we can kind of patch new Pokemon into the DL, or into Scarlet and Violet, or like Scarlet and Violet Pokemon will be transferable into like whatever other game they put it, other main series game they put in, whether it be like a Unova remake or something, or sorry, a Gen 5 remake or something. I think that's a new batch. Is that a new batch? No, it's not. I mean, ideally, I would like maybe for like the Unova games to maybe. Where the fuck did you come from? Like, if they would do like a Unova remake, for that to be something to be able to accommodate the rest of the, right, to be able to accommodate for, or be able to be like includable, I guess, in the in competitive. But I'm also wondering if that would kind of complicate things a bit too much. Like, especially with all the compatibility issues that Scarlet and Violet has had since launch, like the slowdowns, the random deletion of save files. Which, again, I know that wasn't as big a problem as people made it out to be, but, you know, that was still a scary thing that caused a lot of people to stop playing Scarlet and Violet for a significant period of time. And again, even though, again, like, probably a comparatively small percentage of people dealt with those save file issues, from what I can tell, it was still a scary enough issue that, like, caused a massive drop-off in players. Like, even the fact that we're still getting, you know, these random slowdown issues in areas like Castle Royale Lake, or I think even, no, wait, hang on. First of all, we gotta swap out our eggs. Swap out our eggs, and then I'll the map real fast. There's like, I think it's the Kitakami Wilds. Right around here. There's like, or Revelers Road. It's Revelers Road, or right around here. There's like some huge slowdown issues if it's like really windy. Or again, like, Tag Tree Thicket, Castle Royale Lake, the area near between Fury Falls and the, it's the Calf Squad of Team Star. Yeah, this area right here. Fighting crew. I don't even remember what the fighting crew is. I think it's the Calf Squad. I could be wrong. That's the only... I think Shader Squad is Dark, if I remember correctly. Those are the only two names I can remember off the top of my head, are the Shader Squad and the Calf Squad. Oh, don't want you. Excuse me. I'm gonna go around, after some... Well, the fact that, you know, we saw that Magikarp essentially T-posing for a bit there. Hell, I think I still get some slowdown issues if I'm near the Fairy Squad base in North Province Area 3. Elebolt. I think I also forgot to up the count here. here. Should be able to get to that den over there. Of course, that's I think that's getting into Tauros territory. Province Area 1 is Tauros territory. Trying to figure out what that little kind of patch on Fuecoco's belly is even supposed to be. Oyster, normal type, okay. That, something Iron Hands can handle. Be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Although Cloyster does have a pretty good defense stat. Unless it shell smashes. Like, I should still be able to do a decent amount to it, but it'll still not be super great. At least we get the Intimidate drop. So that's a plus. I'll go for the Drain Punch first to see how much I can do to it, even with the defense. Oh, it's got confused. That's not. Oh, Supersonic. Shit. Hate Supersonic. Like, it's only supposed to be, I think, 50% accurate, and I feel like it hits me almost every time. Come on. Thank you. At least gets me back up to full. Shields up. I don't want to risk the close combat yet. I really don't. Like, I think even with the boosts I have, I'm still not going to take it out quick enough. Yeah, like that's a decent amount of damage, but I don't think it'll take it. I think if I can take the shield down super quick, I might be able to finish it off with a close combat after. Alright, so close combat will finish it off here. I think even if it roars, I should be able to... Goes for the Shell Smash, which means, honestly, I could probably take it out with a Drain Punch at this point. It's like, nothing it has, even if it's got, Skill Link. No... Okay, well, that's... Like, even if it has Skill Link, nothing it has can OHKO me. That's with doubled attack, doubled special attack, and doubled speed. Oyster's gone. Got a salty herb, nice. That's the one good thing about doing all these extra raids, is at least, you know, with the 5-star raids, there's always that chance I can add some more herba to my inventory. Alright. I'm gonna head down to Kaskarafa, because I wanna set this destination. I wanna see what I can sell right now. And also I wanna get the fuck out of Tauros territory. Tauros E, if you will. I don't think that works. I don't think that works out as well as I thought it would have. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Talk to you. Sell. See what we can get rid of. You. 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 Get rid of you. You can piss off. Go. Goodbye. You. Fine. No. Let's see. Mints. Naughty. Only. Relaxed. Relaxed. Modest. Get rid of mild. Brash. Quiet. Gentle can fuck off. Hasty. Bye. Naive. Fun. Ease. The bright powder, we don't need that. Oh well, I'm fine with keep. Damp rock. Not much else to get rid of. Got Terra shards out the fucking wazoo. I do need fairy Terra shards. You know what? I just realized money's not gonna do me any good, because I took one day and just like ran through the tournament like 80 times to max out my cash. Unless I could have traded for points, for league points, not gonna do me much good. Desert, that's another place where we're getting a little bit of slowdown, but that's just because of the weather. Got a grass den over here. I think at some point, every fairy den, I'm gonna have to do every fairy den I encounter, just so I can get some more fairy shards ready. Because again, I feel like Incineroar is gonna be one of those Pokemon that's... I'll have to reset Tanahashi's stats, and also change his nickname. Oh, it's a Glimmet. Got our Terra Palossand. Or sorry, Sandygast. Which is so weird, because like, usually Sandygast kind of spawns on the beach. I think this is the only Sandygast we get that spawns here specifically. That is a Sandygast, right? I'm not crazy, that's a Sandygast? I haven't checked it in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's a Sandygast. Where is it? Come on. The Bramblin. Fucking Sandygast just disappeared. Again, I'm pretty sure it's a Sandygast. Like, I think it's safe to say that pretty much, like, whatever, Terra Earthworm. Okay, alright. Well, we can use Iron Hands for that. The only problem we're gonna have to contend with there is Earthworm's massive defense stat. Because Earthworm's just got a fucking enormous defense stat to work with. Alright, let's see. Go for the belly drum here. Close combat will not nuke this thing, unfortunately. Like I said, Earthworm just has a really fucking huge defense stat. Like, I don't even think a boosted Drain Punch will... It'll probably do enough to get my full health back. I don't think... Okay, that does about half health. Might be able to get around that. Because I know with when I ran Earthworm on my very first Gen 19, I pretty much went maximum special defense investment. It was like, its defense stat is already, like, fucking enormous. Ah, fuck. Undid my Drain Punch. Bastard. Now, Coil means it's gonna get that boost in attack. Or in defense, I should say. Attack's always gonna be an issue, but defense especially is problematic. And now Sandstorm. The only good thing here is that Earthworm still gets chip damage from the Sandstorm now. As long as it doesn't crit me, I should be able to take it out. Or I should be able to... Oh, Earthquake. That's bad. I should be able to get a chunk of my health back, but no, I went down to the wrap. Fuck. Alright. Belly Drum. I don't remember what Earthworm's other abilities are. Besides Earth Eater. Drain Punch, which that gets me back. Not a lot. But, that should be enough that I should be able to Terrasilize this turn. Even with the chip damage I'm taking from the wrap. At least assuming it doesn't undo my stat boost. Ah, god damn it, one more turn. Fuck. I have to hope this crits. Did not. Whatever damage I take here gets immediately offset by wrap. Alright. Terra boosted Drain Punch. I am faster, thank God. Drop my controller. Alright, so that should get me back to full. Or just take it out altogether. I love that Terra boost. Didn't even get me back to full. Alright. Our ads start up. I think honestly, once that ad's done, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Once the ad's done on Twitch, I'm gonna call it a night. Find someone to raid. I'll get some eggs ready over the course of the next day. But once this ad's done, I'm gonna call it a night. Got about 2, yeah. So we'll go ahead and we'll get that stuff out. Call it nights. I mean, I'm happy with where I got with a lot of the ranked stuff today. Our Terra Cyclozar. Is that shiny? No. Let's find a safe spot to set up. Hatch some. Or so we can not hatch some eggs. So we can breed some eggs. Go. Fine. The Glaciato Mountain Watchtower. Fine. Okay, so we're just gonna wait a bit before we do our sign off and everything. Nice flat area to be able to. Oh, that's flat. Drop down over here. I think I'll be able to find what I'm looking for. Oh, right over there should be an area I should. A little further down. Less of a slope. Say, somewhere with less of a slope. There we go. Right here near that Pokemon Center. Right there. Huh, Ampharos. Alright. So, those of you who are just coming back from the ad on Twitch, we're actually gonna call it a night right about now. So, with all that out of the way, thank you all so much for joining in. If you would like to follow on social media or join our awesome Discord community, I'm gonna quickly put the chat stuff into. Did that work? I think it did. Oh yeah, no, it just takes forever. So we'll put our links in chat for those who are watching on YouTube. Yeah, links as always are in the chat off to the side. For those of you who are watching on Twitch, let's go find someone to send love over to. Especially since I think we just got our date change stuff. Let's see, who are we gonna send the love over to for tonight? Let's go send the love over to Ill-Fitting Trousers, I think. We'll send the love his way, and until next time, I am Kira. He's actually doing some VGC team building as well, so until next time, I am Kira Kennedy. Thank you all so much for joining in, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace!
Yeah.